How's it going, herpers of YouTube? Today I'm going to be showing you a reptile first aid kit I have assembled over a period of time. I'm going to say right off the bat that nothing in this video, nothing that I'm going to show you can ever replace proper veterinary care or a vet's opinion. If you or someone you know has any kind of medical emergency with their pet, you need to get them to a vet. Don't try and get over any kind of medical care that's necessary or life-saving to your pet. That being said, what I'm going to show you is just some simple little things that you can acquire, usually from grocery stores or drugstores, that don't hurt to have on hand if you find yourself in any kind of emergency. I'm pretty big on emergency preparedness and just certain disinfectants and medications that I've acquired over periods of time. So, hopefully the fish tank isn't too distracting. First off, I have a stethoscope, which isn't necessary. I mean, none of this is necessary, it's just, it doesn't hurt to have. I got this just because when my guinea pig hurt her eye, when I took her to the vet for it to get eye drops, they actually discovered that she has a heart murmur. She can live with it fine. It won't affect her quality of life or anything, but just something I chose to keep an eye on. And here we have Pedialyte, betadine, and a sterile saline solution. Let me get that. I'm gonna do better. This I have, for all three of these, I have much larger bottles of the contents in them, right in my medicine cabinet. I just went to Walmart and for like $1 I got this travel bag case so everything would fit in this box nice and easy and that I could store it in the reptile room without a bunch of big bulkiness taking up all the space. Pedialyte is really good for if you have a leopard gecko or bearded dragon that's not eating very well or you have to force feed them. You can mix it in with certain baby foods and force feed it to them, and it's a way they can get their vitamins and nutrients. Betadine is probably one of the most suggested antiseptics for lizards because it doesn't sting and it disinfects wounds. All of that. I'm sure if you've been on enough forums, you've heard of any kind of abrasion a bearded dragon has. They usually suggest a bath in water and betadine. And then saline solution I have used way more times than I thought I would use ever. First, I used it in previous videos, I believe, for my leopard gecko who had an eye infection. Then I used it to flush out my guinea pig eye, same one who always getting into trouble when she actually cut her eye on a piece of hay. And it's good for flushing out certain wounds, I believe, too, but don't quote me on that. Next, I have rubber gloves and a little Ziploc bag. I have a box of disposable rubber gloves that I keep in my reptile room at all times, but this is just something ready on the go. If, like I said, I'm big on emergency preparedness, and I want this kit to be transportable. I live in Florida. If there's a hurricane and we have to evacuate, I want all the animals to be ready to go when necessary. I have a mixed vegetable, organic baby food. Make sure there's no preservatives or unnecessary stuff in there. This is just for my bearded dragon, for any situation where he's not eating on his own and I need to mix Pedialyte in there and administer food that way. And then we also have the beef and beef broth. This is for the leopard geckos and bearded dragon. Next, I just have two medications. This is Baytro, and which is an antibiotic commonly used on guinea pigs and other mammals. Leftover eye drops from when my guinea pig hurt her eye. Since she no longer needs these, I will likely never use them, but I don't like throwing things away that could be of use later. Q-tips. Pretty sure everyone can relate to having a bunch of Q-tips in their bathroom. Again, just portable, kind of like rubber gloves. And last but not least, I have some sterile wrap syringes. It's good for saline solution or for force feeding. These ones have the needles attached to them, but obviously you would take it off hopefully, you know, you're not in any kind of emergency where you would need to penetrate your animal with a needle. Of course, you would go to the vet by that point, right? Alright, next I want to talk about my quote-unquote bug-out supplies. And my project as of lately is planning for if there's ever a circumstance where I need to evacuate my house, like I mentioned earlier, the possibility of a hurricane. I've acquired some Tupperware containers for everyone in the reptile room. We have 2 for the snakes. This big one down here just holds 4 smaller, kind of like lunch meat container type things. Each container has a name on it, so if I'm not here to get my animals, whoever's in the house can, and will be able to identify who goes where, who needs what, charts of who needs what. And this pack right here, let me get it out real quick, because I think this is pretty underrated, and every reptile hobbyist should have this. These are heat pads, shipping warmers. These are used by places like LL Reptile and big time breeders when they ship an animal to you. I believe this is a pack of 10, but you just open the pack and I guess shake it up, and it keeps warm for up to 40 hours. So if you're moving somewhere or traveling with your pet for whatever circumstance, these would be great to have to keep them warm. Because, you know, you don't know when you're going to be able to get to electricity again, or plug in their heat lamps, or if you even were able to bring their heat lamps. So, I have 10. They'll fit in here. And this bottom one with the geckos. And yeah, it's still a work in progress. Haven't quite figured out what to do with the guinea pigs yet. I'm pricing some double cat carriers because I have 2 guinea pigs, so we'll see where that goes. I'll keep you guys updated. I hope you're having a good day.